Okay, now it's recording.
Yes, you just
Okay.
started now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Never mind.
All right.
Right? Is it? We don't have to repeat, right?
No, you don't
No.
have to.
Okay. Thank you, Zul, because I don't realize that. Right.
All right.
In terms of the single product analysis or constant sales, so in this particular case, if you have more than one product, you start with one product in the first year. The second year, you introduce a variation or a new total product. What's going to happen? In the third year, you are going to have like um, a different scenario where the first product you still offer, but probably you have sales. You make you have a sale price. So instead of you sell it at $8, you maybe sell it at half price. Or in this particular company, earlier they only sell white papers. Okay, the second year they sell colored papers, yellow, green, and so on. So of course it will incur costs, and you will have a different graph of the CVP. One activity cost driver. Cost driver is a factor that causes a change in the cost of an activity, where an activity can have more than a single cost driver attached to it. So in this particular CVP analysis, there is only one activity cost driver. So the traditional unit level approach of CVP analysis does not consider other type of cost driver. In the event of a single product or service or event, it is reasonable to assume the single independent variable is the cost driver. Okay, the total cost associated with a single product, service, or event during a specific time period are often determined by this single activity cost driver. One activity cost driver is normally associated if you have one single product. If you have more product, for example, like just now, you have colored paper, right? Of course, when you have colored paper, you need to order ink for the color. You have to include cost for the other uh, source of material, and there are other activities involved rather than just producing white papers. Okay, so there are also, for example, like you're going to produce line papers. Okay, so instead of blank papers, you have papers that are having lines. So you need to have another machine to draw the lines and so on, to print the lines. So it will also incur other costs. Okay. Right, let's see the equations. The equation is quite simple and straightforward. So the profit equation is given by this equation 7.1. 7 because of the chapter 7 in the book. P stand for the profit, TR is the total revenue, and TC is the total cost. So this particular equation assume that the income tax are excluded, right? Income tax refer to the tax levied on individual as well as organization for their incomes or revenue. Okay, so if you want to include the income tax, so the term net profit is then be used. Instead of just profit, we can then use the net profit. Okay, normally when the accountant prepare the financial account, so you will see those two values. One is the gross profit and the other one is the net profit. So in terms of the net profit, you include the income tax, the IT there, in the equation. So the total revenue can be calculated from the selling price per unit, SPU, that's times to the sales volume, the SV. Okay, in this particular case, it's $8 per unit, and sales volume, it depends how many volume you want to produce. Okay, so the total cost can now be determined by the fixed cost plus the variable cost per unit times the sales volume. Okay, and when you substitute equation 2 and 3 into equation 1, you will get equation 5, where it represents the profit that can be achieved by an organization, provided that the selling price per unit of the product, the sales volume, the total fixed cost, and total variable cost per unit of the product are known. Hence, this equation can be used to predict the profit that can be gained for a specific sales target, right? So you can put a target of the profit. For example, you want a 30% profit, you want a 20% profit or 50% profit, and you may redo, or you may adjust, or you can adjust certain variables here, in terms of trying to get the targeted profit. Okay, so you may reduce the cost of material. Sometimes very difficult. You try to find ways to maintain the profit or increase the profit by adjusting the other factors, right? And then equation 4 can be manipulated to obtain the sales volume, right? And then this equation can be used to predict the number of sales required to achieve certain profit, or even to do the break even. What is the break even point? The zero profit. Okay. Okay. Just a note on the break even point. It is a condition which total costs are equal to total revenue. So when you run a company, you don't want to just run at a break even point, but it is very important to know the break even point, so that you are knowing that you are not running at loss. Okay, and this can also be expressed on sales dollar or the unit, right? Okay, the break even point in sales dollar is the total sale required in order to achieve zero profit, and the break even point in units is the number of units that must be sold in order to achieve zero profit. Let's see the graph. Okay, CVP graph and sensitivity analysis. So it can be illustrated. The CVP graph can be illustrated in terms of the relationship among activity volume, total revenue, total cost, and the profit. So let's see the example here for this particular company. Okay, so you can see here, this is a representation that allows the management to view the relative amount of important variables at any graph volume. So you can see the blue area here is the profit area, the red area is the loss area. So A is total revenue line, $8 per unit. B is total cost line, 15,000 plus $3 per unit. Okay, this is the red line. Break even point is at 3,000 or 24,000 revenue. Okay, D is the variable cost line, $3 per unit, and fixed cost is 15,000. So you can see here, if the company produce more than 3,000 unit, it will make profit. Okay, if it is producing less than that, it is going to be at loss. All right, so basically you can play around with this in terms of the main element of the CVP. This is just telling the items in the CVP graph. Okay, right. What you need to do in terms of the activity later on, you are going to plot the sensitivity analysis. I would like you to come up with a few scenarios in terms of, in this example, you increase the volume by 5%. What will happen to the revenue and cost, right? And let's say you introduce another product after a year, okay? What's going to happen, right? So how will the cost behave in the future if we increase automation? You reduce people, but at the same time you buy robots, or you include IR 4.0 in the manufacturing. What's going to be the CVP graph looks like? So I leave it to you, your creativity. Probably you can come up with at least two scenario. One is the original condition, and come up with another two scenario on whether you increase the volume, whether you add new product, whether for example, like in this movement control order situation, you you have to everybody work from home, whether you're going to get the same profit. All right. So
Prof, do we need
yeah.
to like calculation, like must show the calculation like terperinci like that? Must the calculation.
Yes, you need to probably the best is try to follow the paper company, right? And try to come up with a breakdown of the costs, variable costs, fixed costs, and the rest, so that we can estimate in terms of the CVP. So
step by step, we make the
yes, step by step. Don't just suddenly you have a graph, including the assumption.
Okay.
So I hope everybody can, each group can,
Prof.
Yeah. Yes, Zul.
Okay. From what I can understand from the sensitivity analysis, it has a different scenarios or cases, right? So if let's say we come up with two different scenarios, so we have to do a calculation once again, and we have to reflect the calculation in terms of CVP graph as well. So it will have a different CVP analysis for different scenario. Am I right?
Yes, each scenario you will have to come up with a CVP graph. So at the end of the day, each company will come out at least three. I think maximum, three graph. One is the original, okay.
Okay.
The other one,
Okay.
let's say you increase volume.
Right.
What is the effect? And then the other one, you try to think something. Okay.
Okay. All right. Great.
Right.
Prof.
Just before we, how many minutes left? I don't know. Okay. Before we end our session, I just want to make a few announcements. I don't know whether the other classes have already started or not.
Yes.
Yes.
We
Okay.
have maths already. Yes.
Oh, mathematics already. Okay. With Prof. Tariq.
Yes, on Monday.
Okay. On Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
So the university have decided that for these 4 weeks, we are going to have the session to cover 2 weeks of lecture. All right.
Okay.
We have gone through 5 weeks before the movement control order, and now we have another 4 weeks to finish 2 weeks of online lecture, and that will allow us to have, meaning that we have gone through half of the semester, and then we are going to have our Hari Raya, Aidilfitri, another long holiday, and the semester will start back in June. All right.
1st June.
1st of June. I think I have already provided the schedule, right? But it will be subjected to change, okay, depending on the situation of the COVID-19. And if everything goes okay, most likely we will be back to UPM, not having this online anymore. I believe some of us are not comfortable.
Yes,
I'm also
true.
learning, struggling as well. So we try our very best to make full use of this online platform. Um, and is there any difficulties or any suggestion to improve?
So far, so good.
Kapati, okay?
Not so late, sir.
Not so late. Yes, I'm also already tired.
Yeah, concentrated.
Okay, so we will have another session next week. Okay, but I'll try to maybe make a video first to record the PowerPoint slides and make an explanation. But you cannot interrupt when there is a video. But we have our 40-minute session next week just to discuss rather
Oh,
than
great, great,
go through the
great.
slide. Is that better?
Yes,
Yeah.
better,
Yes.
Okay.
much better.
Yeah, I will try to record it and just a PowerPoint video without video, just my voice on and the slides.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we try to improvise things. Okay, I believe everybody is tired now. I'm the most tired people for today. Okay.
Prof,
Yeah.
is it possible for us to update the slide that we have submitted before for the first task?
Okay, if you would like to see my comment first, or you want to upload a new one?
Actually, we have to improvements,
Oh, you
so
want to improve?
maybe we have done the improvement on the
Okay,
slide.
okay.
So
If that is the case, I will open back the Putra Blast so that you can upload and replace.
yes, sir.
Okay, and I'll open it until next when
Next week.
is it next Thursday, or you want a week
Yeah,
or what?
that's fine. I think that's fine. A week.
Okay, and at the same time I will put the instruction for activity number 2 to do the CVP.
Sure.
Okay, at the
Okay,
same
Prof.
time I hope that you are doing your company discussion on
Yeah,
your product online.
yeah,
Okay, it is still
Sometimes.
ongoing, right?
Yes.
yeah. We hope so, Prof.
Okay, okay, good. And looking forward to see you back. Okay, it's only 10 minutes more, right? I think we can end the session now.
If I
Yes.
can ask something.
Yes, yes, again.
For those yang dah, for those who have submitted the slide for the
Yep.
company, you already gone through and commented. Then we need to improvise on the presentation slide, right?
Yes.
Like example, my group, I think you already uploaded and in the Putra Blast.
Yeah.
On our behalf. So I think you might want to comment, and then we improvise based on your comment.
Okay. I'll put up my comment first so that you can improve rather than you put up the new document and it's still wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good that way. Okay, and then my second, I think, so-called request lah, Prof. If possible, I prefer if the lecture can be held like this time, but a little bit early lah, maybe around 9, maybe.
Okay, we will try to organize that.
Because in the morning I constrained with the meeting, office meeting, so I don't know where is my available slot to attend your lecture.
Okay, so we'll try to decide later on in a WhatsApp group when is the best time to suit everybody. right?
Yeah.
So is it early, very early, or in the noon, or so? I'm trying to accommodate everybody so that it is what is the best time, eh?
Or maybe if possible, if everybody's agree, maybe we can do on weekend, Saturday, Sunday morning.
Yeah, that would be possible as well.
Yeah,
Let us decide in the WhatsApp group and suggest a few time and see whether everybody can attend. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Not the problem.
All right. So because if it is 10 o'clock at night, like today, everybody is tired.
It's 11, Prof.
Yes, now it's already 11. We start 9:50 just now. So okay, I think that's all for today. Everybody, I hope everybody can stay safe. Happy to see you, all of you today. And I'll put up my comments. Before that, I find out that there are two groups send PowerPoint slides. There are two groups send me the Word document. Okay. To be consistent, probably it's best to use the Word document for submission. Okay. For the presentation, you can use your PowerPoint.
Okay.
Is it okay, Zul?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
We change it after your comments.
Yeah, just wait for my comment. I will put up a comment maybe
okay.
Saturday or this Sunday, and then just a quick glance through. I have already downloaded all of your slides as well as document, and I give me Saturday and Sunday to provide my comments. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Prof.
Good night.
Thank you, bro.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Thank you, Prof.